Good morning, everybody. It's me, Lori Simpson Ortega, host of A Victorious Life, an outreach teaching ministry located here in the beautiful city of Roses, Tyler, Texas, and also the owner operator of Clean Cotton Bespoke and Embroidery, also here in Tyler, Texas. It's obvious I am so tired, but I wanted to come on and thank everybody for their orders for whatever product or whatever item I am selling. Thank you so much for the encouragement and the support. All right, because it is a good quality product. So all the stuff are good quality products, but I wanted to say thank you. But that's really not what this is about, because we can't always stop and thank every single customer. So I'm trying to throw one rock to hit everybody. But this morning I am tired. And we live like 15 minutes away from my job. So I was driving in this morning and I was like talking to myself. I'm pretty sure I'm probably the only person that does that, talks to myself. But I was talking to myself and I heard myself say out loud, being an entrepreneur is hard. And I heard myself say to myself, boy, success is hard. And you know what? I meant that from the core of who I am, like they say, from the core of my being. I meant that. And I don't know if this is to other entrepreneurs or other people who are trying to build careers or advance, whatever. It is hard. It is tough. It is hard building something from scratch without any financial support, meaning you've got to work a job in order to fund different things. My husband, he's very supportive of the business, but sometimes for the magnitude of what you're trying to do, you don't really want to take the money from the home. So it's not really robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's constantly putting the profits back into the business in order for the business to grow. And I think sometimes if we are not from those types of backgrounds, then we don't understand what that looks like. Fortunately, I am from a long line of entrepreneurs, and business owners. My late uncle, our late uncle, Willard Stimson, he was the first African-American pharmacist to work for Kmart stores in Dallas. And after working there for like 10 years, he opened his small storefront pharmacy on Hampton Road, right across the street from Pinkston High School. Cut Rate Pharmacy did that for 30 plus years, and was competing with a lot of the big box stores. My brother, Carlton Stimson, has successfully managed to own and operate his own barbershop, and ended up with a conglomerate of barbers working for him, bought a strip mall in Waco, Texas, built that business. I mean, nobody in our family was a barber. He decided, he took a chance on himself and it worked. Our mother, when I was in maybe fourth grade, my mother had a little booth at an antique shop. At a little antique mall, and was selling antiques, and ended up, by the time she died, she had a business. There were antique brokers in the Tyler area, East Texas, that were coming to her to buy pieces. And she had a shop called Euleria's Odds and Ends. It was right on the corner, that little fork of Gentry Parkway, and I forget that side of the street across from Super One. I think it's a tire shop now. But my mom was there for many, many years. And before she got there, she was on Gentry Park with little booths and stuff. So I was thinking about that, about how sometimes we in education, I'm all for education, but sometimes we're pushing our kids, and we're pushing the product that may not be what God has planned for their lives. And again, I'm all for education. I'm all for college degrees, but I think, had my parents encouraged the creative side, I would have been doing what I'm doing now, because I've never been able to get away from it. Not only with education, but I would have did more creative things. But I do want to say this to whoever is, whoever needs to hear this. What you're trying to build, it hasn't been done before, maybe in your family. I'm trying to build something that's like creative, a creative design type of look. And there's another one, Johnny Taylor, who has successfully managed to own his own HVAC company. Johnny, every time I see your advertisements, I'm like, I know that dude, but it's never been done before. And it is hard, and it is frustrating, and it is challenging. But the feeling that you get at the end of the day, knowing, hey, I made that, I created that, I did that, it far outweighs the struggle. So for those of you who are sitting around waiting for these jobs, okay, and I'm just going to be, Johnny, back me up, okay? You've known me for a long time. You knew me when I was young. A lot of these jobs, you're struggling, and you're pushing, and you're biting and scratching and fighting for a promotion. And I'm here to tell you, having been an administrator behind the scenes, having been a director behind the scenes, sometimes your name is nowhere on anybody's radar. Nowhere. And you can work on those jobs for 10, 15, 5, however long, and you will never get the promotion that you deserve. You will never earn the money that you deserve. You will never get the recognition that you deserve. Why? Because there's always somebody in somebody else's mind that is better suited. So what do? You sit there and you put all of your energy into trying to impress people that they don't see you that way. And I know that may sound, it may sound harsh, but I'm just here to just tell the truth of it. We see people that are scuffling and shuffling and pushing, okay, job just over broke. Yes, they're pushing and shoving and cutthroating and ratting people out for something you'll never own. And I did a post some years back and upset some people. And again, so I apologize for how I say it, but I'm not apologizing for what I say. Job titles mean nothing if you don't own the company. You're still expendable. And some of the people that we idolize, that some of y'all idolize, ooh, I want that. They are just workers. They're just high paid workers. And there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. But I'm saying, if God has given you a gift, a talent, an ability that you can't shake, that you keep coming back to it, maybe that's really what he wants you to pursue in order for you to live by. And living isn't always about how much money you got in the bank, who you're connected to, who you have. That's not always living. Living can be about, at the end of the day, are you fulfilled? Are you happy? I'm tired now, not because this place over here is tiring me out. I can do this with my eyes closed. But I'm tired physically tired because when I leave here, I go to a studio, I cut, I stay up late, sewing straight lines. I'm planning, I'm checking calendars, I'm looking at, checking emails. I'm doing all of those things that at some point it's going to pay off for me. At some point, I'm walking away from this. I don't care if they tell me for this, we'll make you principal of Griffin. Now, that's never going to happen. I'm just using that as an analogy. We're going to make you principal of Griffin. No, because that's predicated by somebody else pulling my strings. No, that's not what God has planned for me. Because I'll be limited as to how much I can earn. I'll be limited as to what I can say. I'll be limited as to my movement. So I guess what this post is about, looping back to what I said earlier, it is hard to be successful in anything. It is hard. It is hard being an entrepreneur. It is hard building something from scratch. It is hard. That's why I admire God. You snatched dust. Okay. Hey, Casey, you snatched dust and you created a man from just dust. It's hard. Success is hard. And sometimes we're running and chasing after people. They're not trying to help us be successful at all. We're idolizing people. They could really care less. We're sitting up here idolizing people and going after things and trying to impress people. Those people don't care at all. And our time and our energy, and we're getting older, our time, our energy is consumed with what people think about us, how people feel about us. And we're trying to impress people. If I get this job right here, boy, if I get that spot, if I get that job, boy, you're not going to be able to tell me nothing. Exactly, because somebody else is going to have to tell you something. What then? What happens? You get the job and you don't like it. But success, it is hard. And I'm just saying for entrepreneurs, it is hard. I'm tired. And I'm going to have to, when these kids come in at 8:00, I'm going to have to put on an Academy Award winning performance, because I can't let them know that behind the scenes, I'm burning the candle at both ends, that I'm juggling. Hey, Sandro, I'm juggling two things. So I'm going to have to perform for these kids because that's my requirement for here. I signed up for that here. But it is hard being an entrepreneur. And it is hard being successful. It is hard. It's tiring. It takes your money. It's consuming. But I know at the end of the day, it's going to work. And I guess that's the essence of this post, Johnny Taylor. The essence of this post is stop sitting around dodging, ducking from, running away from hard things. My friend Casey Acock said, we're humans. We can do hard things. But I'm here to say, like I heard somebody else say it was a quote from somewhere years ago, choose your hard. Choose your hard thing. Because all of it's hard. Working is hard. But choose. Which one are you going to choose to overtake you? Which one are you going to pursue? Which one are you going to, if you have bad credit, okay, I'm going to use this as an example because Johnny and I have talked about credit before. You have bad credit. You cannot keep dodging bad credit. You cannot keep dodging it. Pay the stuff. Set up a payment plan. It's going to be hard to get out of debt. But you can do that. If that's what you need to move forward, do the hard thing. Set up a payment plan. Pay $20. It may take you 2, 4, 5 years. Pay the stuff. Choose your heart. Going back to school. I can't study. I'm old. Okay, well, learn. Reprogram yourself. All of this is hard. If you want to be an entrepreneur, if you are an entrepreneur and you have a business, go every day. Go every day. Set it up every day. Do something towards that every day. It's going to be hard. If you don't want to work on a job, you don't want to work for anybody, figure out what you can do. Don't just quit the job. I'm telling you, it's going to be hard. Don't just quit the job. Figure out, what do I want to do? Get all the information first. But those days of just sitting around doing nothing because it's hard, those days of doing that, those days are over. You're getting older. If I would have known at 56 that I could earn equal to or greater than what I'm earning now by just sitting there sewing straight lines, I never would have showed up for this. I would have gone to the Savannah College of Art and Design. I would have gone to, they call it SCADA. I would have gone to SCADA, and I would have not looked back. But don't wait too late to discover what's in you. Don't wait too late to become the person that you want to become, because it was hard. Don't do that. Success is hard. Relationships are hard. Parenting is hard. All of that stuff is hard. But stop looking on this little apparatus, as old people would say, and looking at all these people you follow and all of these edited, wonderful, blissfully happy pictures that they're putting on here. What they're not showing you is they're answering to somebody else. Somebody else pulling their chain. They're stepping and fetching it for somebody else. Okay? Don't let all this edited, scripted stuff that you see on Facebook, all these little motivational talks and posts, don't let that stuff fool you. Every day, that person, if they are not the owner of the company, every day they suit up, they clock in. If they're not punching a clock, they show up every day. They got a parking spot they park in. They're answering to somebody else. Their head is constantly on the chopping block. If they make the owners of the company mad, that's it for them. Don't let these little entrepreneurs, when I say little entrepreneurs, now I know some amazing entrepreneurs. I'm not trying to talk bad about anybody. I'm just trying to prove a point. If somebody has a successful business and they're putting all their pictures on there, I'm simply here to say, don't get it twisted. Behind the scenes, that person is showing up at their business every day. They're making calls. They're securing contracts. They're providing customer service. They're doing billing. They're doing all of those hard things, but they're doing it for themselves. And they're not predicated. Their success isn't predicated by the boss coming in mad, principals coming in angry. They're doing it for themselves, and I think that's to be commended, because they're taking something and they're building it and they're doing it. But so don't get it twisted. Whether you see pictures from people who work for somebody or people who own businesses, it's all hard. They're just choosing to get it done. They're just choosing the life that they want. So when we see Johnny Taylor on the dance floors, all in DFW, all in the VA, he ain't headed west yet, y'all, all out in California, swinging out. Okay, not swinging out. That's a dance. Okay, let me clarify that, Johnny. Okay, because you'll get a lot of inbox from people. Don't think that there aren't days that he wakes up, that he's frustrated, that parts haven't come in, that contracts, somebody didn't honor their agreement. But guess what he does? He keeps going. Don't think that when people are doing that, don't just let the pictures, he's earning a lot of money. He's all over the United States dancing. Yeah, he is. Probably. But don't get it twisted. He had to do the hard thing and continues to do the hard thing. What Jonathan Strange say? He be there. Jonathan Strange, my honorary big brother from another mother. He's got all of these business. He is not limited. He's DJing. He has, aside from pastoring, he's a DJ. He's got party rentals. He's got all of these other, he's got a landscaping business. He's got all of these other things that are going on, you know, and those things are hard. It's hard to juggle. You know, it's hard to juggle those things. I'm sure that, you know, people sign up and then, oh, I'm canceling at the last minute. But that doesn't mean he's just, oh, let me just go over here and sit down. No, this stuff is hard, y'all. It's hard. And what I'm about to say now, it's about to be the boom, the mic drop. And I hope, I apologize for how I say it, but the manner in which I say it, but for not what I say. Every day, I'm in education, 26 years deep now. I got a son, that's my youngest, is about to graduate from high school. All this time, he's been saying he wants to go to UCLA, USC. My son announced to me the other night, or to us, he said, you know what, Mom, if soccer thing, if that's not what God has planned for me, he's like, I'm going to go over here, use this free money at TJC, try out for the soccer team. If it works, it works. I'm definitely going to college, but I'm just going to trust the plan God has for my life. Okay. Number one, that's the money shot. That mission accomplished. But you know what I said to my son? I said, let me tell you something. If you have an idea, if you have a gift, a talent, a skill, and ability, I would much rather for you to take a year, maybe 2 years off. You're going to be 17 when you graduate. I'd much rather for you to take 2 years off and create some kind of job opportunity while you're going to TJC. I'd rather support, if you told me you wanted to make body pillows and you felt you got all I'd rather invest in that while you go to school. I'd rather put my money in that than tank thousands of dollars into sending you off to college to get a piece of paper that I know in 2026 may not mean jack. I'd rather teach you how to I'd rather connect you with entrepreneurs so for them to sit down and mentor you I'd walk away from the bragging rights of my child graduated from this college. This is where my child is going. I'd much rather forfeit all of that to push you creating something for yourself. And if you get a degree, you go back and get it, fine. If not, long as you're successful. Because I'm saying a college degree, it's important. But y'all check this out. Our eldest has a degree in economics or economics, depending. But guess where he is, Johnny Taylor? Last semester, he enrolled at TJC in the electrician program. He now he is en route to becoming a journeyman electrician. His goal is to become a master electrician. He went last semester. He said they started that class out with 25, 26 people. Around October, they were down to 16. Around November, they were down to about 9. My son said he was number 2 in that class from the time they had 26 down to the time they had 9. Guess what? The other guy in the class also had a college degree. And you know what made them stand out? They could do math, and they were disciplined. But when I talked to my son the other night, I asked him, I said, well, what made you really do? He said, Mom, let me tell you something. I'm doing this because I realized I could dress up every day in a white collar. I could go to any business, make money, But at the end of the day, I would not be in control of my time. I would be limited. My value would be determined by how much they thought I was worth. And if they wanted to give me a $3,000 bonus, they'd give. If they didn't want to give me a $3,000 bonus, they'd figure out a way not to give it to me. If they wanted to give me a raise, they could. If they didn't, they wouldn't. He said, and then I started realizing, wait, I got a son. I want to spend time with my son. They get to spend time with their sons whenever they want to take off. They own the companies. They're higher up in the companies. Anytime they want to take off, they can take off. But I got to go through this long process. He said, so what I wanted for not just myself, but for my son, my family, I value my time. I'm placing a premium on my time. So you know what that kid figured out? Something we never figured out. Our time is more valuable than money, because we're only going to inhale, exhale for a certain amount of time. So that's why it's hard to me, because I'm having to make up, and I don't want to start crying, but the reality of that, I'm having to make up time doing what I love. I'm having to make up time. I'm having to go back and I'm having to make up time. I'm 56 years old. I can't guarantee I'm going to live to 86, 96. I can't guarantee that. So I'm learning that lesson the hard way. I'm having to do that. And that's what makes it hard. Because my body, I can't sew all night. I need breaks. I overcame breast cancer. My immune system is low. So my iron drops. So I don't have the energy level. Concentrating. I can't focus. Like I have to write notes and live by a planner and all of those things. You know? But I'm having to make up for lost time. So that's what I'm saying to you guys. Whoever, I don't care what age you are, start today. Start now. And if you're in your 40s, your 50s, you got to make up for lost time. It's going to be hard. You've got to accept the fact it's going to be hard because you're older, you're different, your needs have changed. But let us grab our kids, our grandkids. Let's start telling these kids, yes, a college degree is nice. If you have that kind of kid, support that kind of kid. But if you got an entrepreneurial minded kid, you got a kid that thinks differently, nurture that. Support that. Support that. Connect them with people. Because you know what my son did? My son said the teacher came and told the both of them, the top two, said, you know what? You guys don't need to sit in class. You just need to take this test, get contract out so you can learn. And by the time you get your hours, you'll be good to go because you're sharp. So guess what my son's doing now? He's not sitting in a class. He's contracting out. He's getting his hours. He's getting paid. Is he earning what a master electrician is? No. No. Is he earning less than what he was earning sitting at a desk? Yes. But it's the end goal. He's like, Mom, look, I can sacrifice. Yeah. I can sacrifice. And here's the thing. I'm saying to parents, if it takes your kids moving back in with you to reach their goals, to build their business within a certain amount of time, don't let those kids be out there struggling, trying to pay rent and car notes and all of that stuff. You gonna do it. How? How? How are they going to do it? Because you know what we said to our son and his family? Son, if that's what you're going to do, we got space. We got space. Move. Live with us. We got a whole side of a house that's not being occupied. We got space. Pay us this, a fraction of what you were paying by yourself. If you got a dream, if that's what you want to do, then look, after that lease expires, and if you're not trying to buy that house, you're not go. We got 3 extra rooms. Pick, choose. We got 3 living areas. Choose. We got a side and we live on the corner. Park your cars over here. Nobody's gonna save your money. Put your money in. You start making plans. You need equipment. No, you need to go. Okay, that's what you need. Okay, yeah. Are we giving him? No, we're not giving him money. But what did we do? We freed up a big percentage of their money. So we're doing communal living. We're doing it the way they did it in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. We're not out here. No. Every day. You got a key. That makes no sense. You paying $1,500, $1,600, mortgage. Not a mortgage, but leasing. You've got car payments. You've got insurance. You've got daycare. You've got utility bills. And you want to start a business. How? How can you do that? I want to go back to school, but I got to worry about this. No, you don't. You got to worry about that. Not at all. The $1,600 you were paying, save that. You're going to start a business. You're going to need equipment. You might need a van. Save that $1,600. That $500 or $400 you was paying on electric bill, save that. No, I'm sorry. That $500, give that to us. Okay? I'm just being transparent. That $200 you was paying on water, save that. That's y'all expense money. Oh, she works too. Okay. Well, whatever percentage of the bills that she was paying, save that. Pocket that. How long you going to be? Just a year, Mom. Just a year. Okay. We'll give you 2. What have we done? What have we done? Do you see what I'm saying? Parents. Some stuff that everybody else does, that's not how we got over. So is it hard? Is it hard for him? Yes. Is it hard for our son coming home every day, to his parents, running in there, trying to hug on him and grabbing his grandson, grabbing their grandson? And yeah. Is that hard for them to go from having a lot of privacy to minimal privacy? I'm pretty sure it is. But we can do hard things. Remember I said that. We can do hard things. So that's what this long post was about. You can do hard things. It's hard being an entrepreneur and working a job. But I can do hard things. I'm going to do this. It's hard walking away from established employment, a regular steady paycheck, to go back to school, to create your own thing, to do your own thing. It's hard. But he can do that, and you can do this. It's hard walking away from a relationship that no longer serves its purpose or benefits you, that's robbing you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, and financially. It's hard. But you can do hard things. It's hard it's hard being a single parent, raising kids, and it's hard. I'm sure I see that every day. It's hard. But you can do hard things. And at some point, there will be a light at the end of that tunnel. It's hard trying to break away from the stereotypes that society has placed on you. I'm sure it's hard, but you can do hard things. It's going to get better. I'm sure it's hard breaking the cycles of poverty, depression, ghetto mentalities, do nothing, lackadaisical mentalities of your families. But you can do hard things. You can do that. And I'm encouraging you to think about what I've said today and just start today. You can do hard things. You really can. Because y'all know I'm a Christian. Y'all know I'm a follower of, well, let me clarify that. I follow the teachings of Jesus of Nazareth. Okay? Because there was a lot of people calling themselves Christ back in that day. And now all of a sudden when you say Christian, it's a whole other breed of Christians that people following. I follow the teachings of Jesus of Nazareth. Okay? Who showed up on the continent of Africa. Okay? All right. That was funny to me. But he had the writer to write in Ephesians 3:20. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask and or think, according to the power that's working within us. If you have him, you have the power. You have the clarity. You have the instruction. You have the direction. You have whatever you need to be successful. You have that. And you can do that. And for those times, like I'm saying to you, for those times when, yes, it can be done, Angie. Like those times when I get frustrated, when I want to walk away from this bread and butter right here. And the Spirit says, no, it's not time yet. Finish. Finish what you start. Finish. For those times when I'm like, oh, I got to do this. Why did I wait so late to start on this? It's going to get done. It can be done. Like she's saying, it can be done. And he's giving me the strength to do it. And he'll give you the strength to do it. Sometimes we just need the strength to walk away. Sometimes we just need the strength to overhaul our thinking and our mentalities. Well, you know what? Let me get my game face on. They're coming, y'all. And all I can hear in the back of my mind is, and the Oscar goes to, I'd like to thank the congregation for this support. Anyway, like I always say, for the past 20-some years, if you have Christ, you're already a winner. If you have the Spirit of the living God, you can face any challenge life throws your way. You can live a victorious life. But before I say God bless you, go to Clean Cotton Bespoken Embroidery, like and follow my page, order an apron, order a quilt coat, order a quilt, order a tote, order something. I got to print my book, got to publish my book. God bless you.